Oh, plug that in. Why is that not connected? Oh, I plugged in my Ethernet cord and it's not connected.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Friday Night Motorsports are rounding out the first season of 2025. You join us from Le Mans in the south of France. That's right, the 13 kilometers of Le Mans. We're going to do 90 minutes around here in the Hypercars. Tonight joining me, broadcasting is Joe Baldwin, and in the commentary box I'm going to be joined by Josh Suino. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening, Nick. How are you?
Looking forward to this one. Josh, what about yourself?
Yeah, I am too, mate. So mathematically, there's by my calcs, there's still 10 people that are in the hunt for podiums. So yeah, should be an interesting finale.
And we got 13 kilometers, 90, I should get that right, 90 minutes with these cars that are skittish on cold tyres. So it's going to be an interesting race, as hopefully we got the point scores coming up, hopefully. And then some weather, and then we're into it. As we can see, Aidan Luthwaite 626. He's yards clear of everybody else. But like you said, Josh, it is packed to the rafters here. Matt Schmicke in second on 417. Jeff Adams on 403. Adam Lavis on 391, Jason Close on 379, Greg Heaney on 355, Matt Distill 311, Scott Jordanson 296, Jackson Dial 294, and rounding at the 10, Daniel Yeaman on 284. So lots to play for there. Some people going to get themselves sorted. As we cut to the grid here, we got front row. The guy who's just really wrapped it all up, and he just continues to stay at the front here. Aidan Luthwaite on a 3:24.3 around this 13-kilometre track. 1.8 seconds clear of the next fastest car, which is Mark Hilly. On the second row, Matt Schmicke with Liam Haycock. Liam Haycock making a return to Friday nights. Jeff Adams on the third row with Mr. Greg Heaney. Dave Oliver on the fourth row with Matt Distill. Fifth row, David Baz and Adam Lavis. On the sixth row, Dale Sharp, Eduardo Zamora. Good to see Eduardo back as well, and Dale giving this one a crack. On the seventh row, Todd Suter and Scott Jordanson. And then the final row, Dale Atkins, and I was only in there just to see what the cars were like around the circuit, so disregard my name. And here we go, some race information here, guys. As you can see, 13.5 kilometres around. The current temperature is 25 in the air. What's the track temp there? Looks like 9. Is that right, Joe? 19 degrees C, 74% humidity, a bit of cloud. Oh, sorry, 21 degrees C on the track. It's dry, no chance of rain. And there you go, myself and Josh bringing you the dulcet sounds of commentary with Joe Baldwin doing the pictures for us. And here we go for the final round. Looks like they're gridding up now and they're rolling around. So we'll cut to that.
My only disappointment for the final round here, mate, is that there's no rain. I would love to see a little bit of rain thrown in there and spice it up a bit. So
I rolled it, so it had a chance of raining, but obviously it didn't take. So I don't know. I was trying to do it as randomly as possible, but anyway, we see the cars coming through the Porsche curves. Let's cut to you, Josh. Who do you think's going to take this one out, the final race of the season? 90 minutes.
I don't think there's any questions. If Mr. Luthwaite can keep his nose clean, he didn't even have to rock up to 2 of the rounds to win it. Absolutely unbelievable championship run, and he's just showed pace above the field. So his closest competitors, pace-wise, were Jason Close and Matty Distill there, but they haven't put a full championship run together. But yeah. Odds are Luthwaite's going to run away with it, but you know, new tyre model, anything can happen on cold. So yeah, they've got an interesting outlap.
Evening to Bob Colbreath and John Akers. I see was in just before. Sorry, guys.
You beat me to it, Joe. I was about to address that one too. So here we are, all the cars rolling around, coming into the Ford chicane for the start of the race. The safety cars pulling off. Here we go. Green flag. There's already a spinner in the background.
Greg Heaney.
Mr. Heaney. They cold tyres have caught him out straight away. I'm going to turn the volume up so I can hear these cars. As they wind their way into the first chicane here, we got Aidan Luthwaite leading from Mark Hilly. Matt Schmicke in third there. So they've kept positions. Coming out of the first chicane under the Dunlop Bridge, run down the hill. And from my experiments, it's going to take about a lap, maybe a lap and a bit, just to warm those tyres up. So let's just say 15 kilometres, and then they can get right into it. We try and show everybody in the field. Here, who's that? Scott Jordanson. And Eduardo Zamora. And Scott littering the track with all sorts of gravel. I'm sure they're all thanking him for that. They'll find out on the next lap around.
Doesn't look like there's too much damage going on there, so they'll be back into it.
Let's see, Eduardo Zamora, yeah, cold tyres, and Scott did the same thing.
Yeah, went out in sympathy.
So these, having done a bit of practice for the Sebring 12-hour, these are incredibly difficult on the outlap now. Definitely see LMP2s and even some GT3s.
Oh, Jeff Adams.
Is it Jeff? Oh
yes.
No. This is not going to be good for his championship implications there. Sorry to cut you off, Josh.
Only 12 points in it between himself and Adam Lavis.
Exactly.
And 14 points between himself and Jason Close. So not what he needed on lap 1.
Another slow one, Liam Haycock.
Jeff does have some low drop rounds up his sleeve, but yeah, not great for a start for him.
Yeah, you don't want to make this one a drop round, that's for sure. Let's see the guys making their way down to the far end of the circuit. Go through the 90-degree corner and start making their run back towards the start-finish line. Let's see the top 3 here, all yellow cars. Hello to Zach Caven if you're watching, your favourite colour out the front. Todd Suter.
Oh.
You can tell they've reduced the grip on these tyres. The cars just, you've got them all locked up and they keep sliding. Let's see these guys, Liam Haycock here coming through the woods into this fast corner and then into Indianapolis. How good do these cars sound? All of them. Not as good as the Cadillac, but still, all pretty damn good. As they make their way on the run back, they're going to go into the actual part where I say that you have to drive the circuit, the actual Porsche curves here. We see David Baz, now we cut back to the front 3. We got Mark Healy here entering the Porsche curves, and ironically enough in a Ferrari. Right up against the wall. First 3 are really driven away from the rest of the field at the moment. Second part of the Porsche curves coming out, and then they just got the Ford chicane to do. You don't want to go too wide there, you'll get pinged for a slowdown here. So that's one area we've got to watch across the night. It looks like he's got a slowdown. He's pulled over to the inside here. That puts Matt Schmidtke into second. End of lap 1.
It's the sort of start to a race Matt Schmidtke was hoping for to solidify his second place in the championship. He's only got a, was that a 14-point spread over the Jeff Adams and about 26 over Adam Maverick. So if Adam has a good night tonight, you know, at the downfall of Matt Schmidtke, he could probably need to jump in second. We've already seen issues with Jeff Adams, so he's he might have. No, he's not going through the pits.
He's collected himself. He's going again. He's doing well. Still top 10 spot.
So it'd almost be death to championship by pitting this early before using any fuel, I would imagine. If you can keep going, you'd go.
Yeah, I nearly called him for having major front end damage there. Looked like he had a bit of a squirrel on when he was trying to get on the accelerator, but yeah, it must have spent tyres.
Let's see here the guys. I mean, the track map doesn't do this place justice, but that's 13 kilometres around. The dots are pretty close to each other, but you look here on actual track, they are quite spread out, as we see. Andrew Neal here cheering on Aiden to bring home the win. And he's got a handsome 2.5 second lead here over Matt Schmidtke, who's got 0.4 of a second over Mark Healy. Matt Distill, series sponsor there in 4th. Right on board with him now. Thank you to Spreyton Ciders.
Looks like he's slowly catching that front patch as well. He's knocked off about half a second in the last minute, so see if he can catch back up.
I'd like to see him turn up in a Spreyton Ciders car. Really give the Spreyton Ciders, especially on something like this. It's got a massive fin on it and make it look like a big billboard there. So,
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. But once again, thank you to Spreyton Ciders for their onboards as well as sponsoring this series. Oh, Andrew, you could have jumped in too. Still 15 cars making their way around out of the 16 that registered. I was that 16th person. Aiden through the shot. Matt in second there. And he's got Mark Healy right on his tail now. Closest fight currently on the circuit.
Hopefully some of the other guys get involved in a little bit of wheel-to-wheel combat, I guess, or we might have a couple of intermissions between now and the end of the race. So it's one of, I guess, it's proved to be a fairly difficult car in respect to getting hand-to-hand racing. Like it's quite difficult car to tame, and I mean, like I said, I haven't driven it, but it seemed like the kind of car that really doesn't take well to being in somebody's wake around the track. It's more a long run based sort of car. So, oh no, Mark Hilly, or he might want to.
He blinked.
Yeah, he certainly did. He might want to be feeding the gophers before we get too much further into this one.
Yeah, look, I second that sentiment, Joe. It's until the tyres get almost like a dog on lino around here, so or around anywhere. When they've redone that tyre model, funnily enough, during the middle of our season. But once the tyres are up to temp, and these cars are specifically really designed for this place, and they just happen to do all the other circuits, it's actually not that bad once you get going. There's no real super duper slow corners until you get to Anage, the 90-degree left-handed before the right-handed before the Porsche curves. Other than that, everything is reasonably high speed, so the downforce can keep the car somewhat planted on the circuit.
Wait, do you know the names of the corners? Yeah?
Sorry, Joe, it is a bit longer than 6.2 kilometres.
Just a little bit, yeah.
I know the names, I just got to remember exactly. Sometimes I get a little bit wrong, so say the corner before Indianapolis is Indianapolis, that kind of thing. So I got the track map up just to remind me. Dale Atkins is in the pits. Looks like he's... Oh no, he's still going. He's still moving, so he must be driving up to his pit bay. Might have something going on here. As we see Mark Hill, he's right on the tail of Matt Schmidtke, 2/10 back. Maybe he's just sitting there. No, he's having a look. No, just having a look. Let him know he's there. Maybe save some fuel. Would like to remind everybody that in the real world, the Ferrari has won the last 2 Le Mans 24 hours, so he's in the right car. And you see Dale Atkins there, he's just leaving the pits now on the bottom of your track map there. The replay.
Says he crashed. He might have spun on entry. He did.
Quick. Oh, buddy.
That's not the way to do it.
Need to change your pants after that one.
Oh, yeah. He was only in pit lane for 49 seconds, so amazingly he didn't actually get a penalty for that one.
Mark Healy closing in again on the back of Matt Schmidtke down to the end of the Mulsanne straight. Using all the road, a little bit of dirt, and like Josh pointed out before, Matt Distill, he's cutting the gap. He's lapping about 6/10 faster than these boys, half a second to 6/10 faster. Each lap he's closing in, so I think by the time the roll around for fuel stops, lap 6, lap 7, lap 8, he'll be on their tail. Healy having a look. Healy up the inside of the corner just before Indianapolis. Nice move. Very fast corner, that one. Healy to second place. Matt Schmidtke back to third. Someone's throwing up rocks. That'll be Aiden. And Matt Distill closing on these boys. Let's see if Healy can put a gap on Schmidtke. And further back you can see Liam Haycock and Dave. The quiet assassin, I'm going to call him, Dave Oliver. Quietly gets the job done. You see them coming into the Porsche curves now. David Baz in tow in 7th there. There he is. Thank you, Joe. All over it. Mr. Baz having a reasonable good run. And then if we let this sink, yep, exactly what I was about to say, Joe. Thank you. Adam Laver's coming through the Porsche curves. That's a great corner, that. And there's only a handful of heavy brake zones here, so Adam seems to be on top of the brakes now. Jeff Adams on his recovery drive. He's still in 9th. Looks like he's closing that gap, and he's got Mr. Heaney behind him as well. Whiskey Business's Capitan rounding out the 10 there. So we got, is this Scott Jordanson? And we got a replay here. As soon as I say something, hey? David Baz, a little too hot to the first part of the Ford chicane. Good recovery. Only one
made
spot.
it
Adam
awkward
Lavis has to crawl around him. Yeah.
Awkward for Adam, but no contact. Play on.
You see Scott Jordanson here. Oh, a little too hot on the first part. Now it's going to ruin your run down the hill. Scott's been quite consistent, quite quiet though through the season of Hypercars. As Eduardo Zamora here. making his way back after the early spin, him and Scott Jordanson. Mr. Dale Sharp, I invited him to come along and he thought, what the hell, let's give it a shot. He's just got one mission tonight, and that's just to lap and lap and lap and not make any mistakes. In one of the most glorious sounding cars in iRacing. Mr. Suter on his return to trying to get back to the front after the early spin. And that only leaves one more car. Where is he? He's just crossed the line now. Mr. Dale Atkins. Was he the guy that spun at the first, not even onto the start-finish straight, before the start-finish? Was that him? Joe?
No, he spun trying to get into the pits.
Who spun on the before the first lap was done? Was it him or Greg Heaney? It must have been Mr. Heaney.
That was Greg Heaney.
Hey, oh. Yeah, here we are. Mickey and Distill. Coming through the end of the Mulsanne here now on the return trip. Honda v Cadillac or Honda v Chevy, or GM, so it's a bit like IndyCar here.
That'll be able to smell that Americana being tucked that far underneath the back of a Cadillac.
You'd be able to hear it.
It would.
Through just the little kinks here on this straight where Mercedes may have flipped in 1999. Matt running front Matt running a bit wide there, which compromises his corner. There's going to be open to attack down here at the Hernage, and still thinks better of it for this lap. But he has kept a better line and tighter, and got a better run onto the straight. Let's see if he gets it before the Porsche curb. Cycam brought to you by Waste Options. Thank you to them.
There's a good little bit of defence from Matt there. I know it seemed off, but given how short the runs were to the next corners, he was positioning his car in a way that Matty Distill had no play, so props to him there.
Somebody needs to trim the trees.
Through the Porsche goes. I think he's reading the part numbers off the back of that Cadillac. He's that close. On the run down to the Ford chicane. Use a bit of the pit lane entry to get a bit wider run through the chicanes here. And then on to start another lap. So that's 4 down. We're into the 5th one here. And that's a battle for 3rd. It looks like Stills just set another... Did he set another PB? No. Close.
Very close.
But he's definitely...
4 tenths.
He's definitely cutting the time out of Schmidtke, Mr. Matt Schmidtke in front of him. He's got the pressure on him.
Just Jeff Adams headed pit side.
So he's
probably confirmed a bit of damage there, I'd say. He's just trying to do his minimum and worked out
exactly
strategy.
Get to that point where you can pit in and not lose too much time. Get that damage sorted. And go again, put some blistering laps in as we see the 2 Ferraris fighting here on track.
Yeah, by getting in early as well, he won't have to take tyres, so he'll be able to run an extra stint. He's only done 4 laps on those, so he should be able to do a stint in 4 laps.
I will possibly reckon that they might go through without changing tyres with a whole lot. We see here David Baz having a look. 2 Ferraris side by side. Baz on the inside. Thank you to Waste Options for the Skycam here. And he's in, but he spun. Adam Lane's letting him have it, and unfortunately, David Baz cooked that one. So now he's got to do it all over again, and now Mr. Heaney's through.
You can imagine the spray that the inside of his visor got then.
Yeah. And Mr. Heaney, the last lap was 2 seconds quicker than Adam Lavis there, so he's going to catch him as well and put some pressure on him.
Speaking of fast laps, Aidan Luthwaite, he's up there. He's put 7.5 seconds on Mark Hilly, and he's currently lapping. His last lap was only 3 tenths faster than Mark Hilly, but they both did their fastest laps on their last lap.
Correct.
3:25.94 for Aidan and 3:26.21 for Mark, but Aidan smashed a bit over 7.5 seconds gap on him, so he'll probably be able to almost go into fuel save cruise mode from here and still get the job done.
Oh. very close to that tyre wall.
Doesn't look like he's cruising, though.
No, he's not. Mr. Heaney, 7/10. There we go. Thank you, Joe. You must be looking at the same data I am. 7/10 behind Adam Lavis, and he's taken about 2 seconds a lap out of him. So yes, there's going to be the fight on here. But yeah, Aidan Luthway, just clean pair of heels, 7.5 seconds to the field. I'd say Mr. Oh, Schmicky's back in front of Mr. Distill again. Must have been an incident there. But here we go, Greg Heaney versus Adam Lavis on the run down to the Porsche curves. Not as close as David Baz was, and David Baz has fallen off the back of these guys too. He's 5 seconds back. After that slide and spin, I thought he'd be a bit closer. After this round of stops, Josh, if you got those announcements you want to make, if you want to go through them, by all means.
Very good. I better hurry up and finish what I'm doing then.
Okay, sorry, I'll let you concentrate on that. As we see Mr. Heaney having a look, he's looking up the inside here into the Ford chicane, and no opportunity there on Adam Lavis. Adam's going to focus forward and try and finish this one off nice and strong. That's the end of lap 5 for those boys. David Baz there in the background. Into the 6th lap here, and Greg Heaney again all over the back of Adam Lavis, reading the part numbers on the back of that Ferrari. See these guys start their 6th lap here. On board, Mr. Greg Heaney, thank you to Spreyton Ciders. We can see all the lights on the wheel working away, and there's another set of lights there under the windscreen wiper, and they'll be his lock-up lights or traction lights. So unfortunately we don't get to see them because he'll be giving us his performance. But we can see the top speed here in the gear selections, as he's got a nice toe now. 315 kilometers an hour, and now he's hit a brick wall. 320, and he won't go any faster.
Actually slowed down.
Yeah, the Ferrari might just have a bit too much mumbo in a straight line there. He's getting some great runs off the turns. Adam continuing on the racing line, which means Mr. Greg Heaney will have to go across the crown of the road. And if the car's too low there, especially on a public road like this, it'll bottom out right there on that white line. And yeah, like you said, Joe, it's just hitting a... Oh, no. Oh, it's hitting a brick wall of air.
Oh,
and,
Adam! Oh, no, he handed it to him. I was actually just about to cut in there and say that where Heaney would be best to make his move, like he's raced with Adam all season, and he would know that about the only part of Adam's game, like his game plan all season that he's been lacking, has been his braking performance. It's just, and even if you talk to Adam and you ask him, he's the first one to say that he cannot get his brain around what he needs to do to get the peak performance out of the brakes in these cars. They're just, I haven't driven them, so I can't say from experience, but Adam is very, very quick just to say, I don't understand the braking in them. So I was just about to say that would be the point at which Heaney needs to pounce on Adam, and just Adam sort of did it himself. He never arrested the car before he got to the apex, and he paid for it. Matt Spicky and Matt Distel, yeah, they've actually pulled in on Mark Hilly, so I don't know whether or not Mark's had an issue. I can't see anything on my little poll here for Mark, but
he did a 28 on the last lap, and the boys behind him were 27 and a 28. So yeah, he might have had a moment in this lap. We'll see when the lap time comes up on our timing monitor as we look back from the Batmobile.
So he did a 28.5 on the last one. Hayden just put in a 25.29 for his best lap.
Yeah, he did a 28 again. Was the boys behind him did a 27 and a 26.
He must have had an off track. It didn't actually change. Unless he had two identical 28.49s.
Yeah, I'm going to, as much as I like Aiden, and as much as he's won, I want to send the invite out. Who can knock him off in the next season? Because no doubt he's going to be there as well. So who can knock off the Prince of Friday Nights? and take your championship away from him as we jump on board with Mr. Distill here in the Spreyton Ciders Honda.
We need to find a new benchmark for Friday night. Benchmark for Friday nights. Calling all denchies. No,
Look, run up the back straight. Yeah, sorry, go on, Joe.
I was going to say what Aiden's accomplished, not only in this series on a Friday night, but across the last 18 months,
3-4, yeah.
His consistency with just about anything that we've run on a Friday night. I think we ran even the Radicals there at one stage last year on a Friday night, and he was just diabolically fast in those and in IndyCar, and all the disciplines that we've run on a Friday night. Just seems like he has his Wheaties on a Friday morning and gets lots of rest and comes out and just starts taking names. Like he's been without a doubt the dominant Friday night driver of the club for the best part of 18 months. Same as in the Porsche, Matt Dench did it for 4 years. On a Thursday night. But as Zach calls him, the Prince of Friday nights.
Schmidtke has now been passed by Distill on track there, as we see them coming out of the far corner there, going through the gravel. Looks like it's coming up like rooster tails there. We've got a replay here coming into the second chicane. Side cam showing you this action. Distill getting the toe, getting alongside, getting well in front, but even before the braking zone. So there you go. Nice and easy one there for him. Must be running absolutely no wing on it. As we see Matt Schmidtke here fourth, coming out of the Indianapolis corner down to Arnage. Now the run up to the Porsche curves, a fun part of the circuit here. They'll be coming up to either this lap or the next, I believe, is time for pit stops. So we'll see. Keep an eye on the leaders. So I know Aiden's coming through the final part of the track here. Let's see what he does down here in the brake zone. Does he go right? Does he go straight?
Called it.
Goes right. Pit entry here is a little bit of a, as we saw by his teammate, a little bit diabolical, and he's got it sorted. Does anybody continue on? I mean, he's got that big of a lead, 11.4 seconds. It'll be a while before we figure it out.
Hilly's in.
Looks like everybody's fitting.
Thistle, Smitty. He'll almost be guaranteed. Yeah. Liam's on his way in. Yep. Dave Oliver.
Maybe some people are close, but you can't make a full lap, so you might as well just pit now. And it's only for fuel. Nobody will be using tyres at this first stop anyway.
Anybody was going to make it, mate. I thought, maybe Mav. We all know what he's like. Oh, Baz has missed it. Oh, no, you can't do that, Dave. Dave.
He's going to get a penalty there.
I think he might. That's unfortunate for Dave.
Because I think he thought about, bugger it, I'll do another lap. Then he realised 13 Ks and I probably don't have enough.
So that would mean that Dale Atkins, he'll be happy about that. He's not the only guy to fluff up his pit entry. Here we go.
Scott Jordan's there. All right, the front guys are away. Doesn't seem to be anybody's gone up on the jacks yet, so they're going to keep their hot tyres. It just takes too long just to warm them up. Liam Hancock here out in 5th. Dave Oliver out in 6th.
Rick Heaney should be next, yep.
Adam Lavis.
Jeff Adams has just gone by, but he pitted earlier on for the damage. So that's a net gain for him. If he can get to the end with potentially another 2 more stops, he should be pretty right.
He just set his fastest lap, personal best too. Mr. Zamora. Mr. Sharp.
David Baz definitely got a pit lane penalty. He's still sitting in his box. He's been there for a minute now, so he probably got a 45-second.
Like Scott Jordanson there too. He's been in there for a while though.
There he goes. Yeah, he definitely had. Oh, Baz is still there. Oh, here he goes.
There he goes.
Yeah, just cracking the numbers mentally, and I believe Jeff was pretty much on the money with that 14-minute pit stop. He should get in, sneak away the same amount of pit stops. So as long as he didn't lose too much time getting there, he might be right, as you've said.
Good evening, Chris Stark. Coming in from Facebook. Ladies and gents, obviously leave your messages or interact with us on I call it interactive TV on your Facebook or your YouTubes. There's plenty of room there for messaging. By all means, if you want us to look at your favourite driver, we could do that too. But right now, we're looking at Jeff Adams on his recovery drive after that incident. Coming out of the first chicane on the first lap. He gave it a wheel alignment. Now he's in front of Mr. Greg Heaney there. So like Josh pointed out there, he's got 3 position gain.
If you lads don't mind setting your eye on the message that I've sent through in the broadcast chat, if everyone's agreeable, then that's what we'll roll with.
Yeah, go for it, Josh.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I guess we can give out some awards. So, as
At least
everyone
do the
knows-
first one now, and then we can sprinkle the other ones throughout the broadcast.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Well, we may as well roll off the bat with least incidents. I think we've got 2 to give out to guys in the race tonight. One that races other series but isn't here. So, I'd like to thank Trophy AI for their sponsorship of the V8 series and overall support for the club, and they've given us some memberships to give away. So these are going to be 2-month premium memberships, and yeah, basically Trophy AI is an amazing surface that leverages AI, that hot word that everyone's throwing around, but basically it hooks into your telemetry and it will give you advice on the fly of how to improve. So 2 months of that membership we're giving away here. Anyway, so we'll get rolling. So the least incidents. So this is calculated as per the iRacing incidents. Now, this actually blew my mind. So how it's been calculated, guys, is we have an average race number, average race count for our active members, which happens to be 14 per season. And Dale Sharp is going to take this one out. So he has 2.5 incidents per race, which is an incredibly low average. Phenomenal. And he's,
sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
One of our contenders has had an incident. Man, he just... Ooh.
Too much curb.
Oh, the brake! Oh.
Done.
Oh, no.
Schmitty just getting through the smallest gaps there.
That will likely be a tow as well, right on the...
that was a big hit.
That's a big hit, yeah.
The curbing got him unsettled, and he's trying to recover, but I don't know if the brake didn't work or something.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Hit those Alan Simonson trees.
Sorry about that, Josh.
Towed. No. Yeah, so yeah, 2.5 per race. That's an incredibly low number, and he's participated in 74 races. So it's not like he's just done the minimum. Yeah, absolutely fantastic work there. And yeah, shout out to Dale as well. He is one of the biggest improvers we've seen throughout the whole league this season. He's been putting in the hard yards. So 2 months of Trophy AI premium membership heading his way.
Wow, congratulations to him. If you don't mind me asking, Josh, you may not have the answer here, but how many total races were there, including this one, in the season?
Oh, Nick, you know me. I have all the answers.
Okay, cool.
Give me a second. Alrighty, so members completed 4,478 races, and I guess we could probably find the number of actual races. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, please. Captain David Bates here. What's happening here? Oh, he's bottomed it out, and he's half spun it. The wall straightened him up. Is he off the brakes? Yeah, Robert saying congratulations to Dale there as well.
And yeah, 322 races we have run up to this one, so 323 including this one.
There you go, ladies and gents. If you're whinging that there's not enough racing going on, the Gentlemen Sim Racing Club last season did 300, well, including this race, 323 races. Got to be something there for you.
Yeah, and then ironically, that lines up with the active members that we have this season. So 323 unique drivers we've had in the servers. Yeah, in 323 races. So.
Well, we couldn't have written that one any better. That was awesome.
So biggest participator this season as well hasn't been Adam, which is usual. He definitely would take out the crown if he wasn't broadcasting, but Edward Zamora with 120 races competed in.
Wow. Can we get onto Mr. Zamora there, Joe?
We certainly can. Here he is.
There he is. How many was that, Josh?
120 plus 1, including this one.
121 races in this one season alone. That's a lot of laps if he does every lap as well. Far out. Congratulations to Eduardo. Good work. See Eduardo here coming through the Ford chicane, finishing this lap, the 9th lap, starting his 10th, and he's currently in 9th position there. Up 3 spots.
He might be up for a new wheelbase and pedals next season. He will have worn them out doing that much racing.
I was about to say.
Well, we're on that path. I think we might give away one more now. We'll wait a little bit to give away the last one, but this one's a little bit of fun, and it was potentially aimed at the person who potentially could use the help, but it's landed on someone who definitely doesn't need the help, but we'll give it away all the same. So this one we're going to give away to the biggest wobbler award. Now, please don't get angry at me. How we've worked this one out is the most incidents based on the iRacing incidents per race. So off tracks, collisions, all that. So this one goes to Lockhart Brownlee with 12.38 over the 16 races he's done. So congratulations, Lockhart. 2-month Trophy AR Premium membership heading your way.
Well, there you go. It does pay.
It does pay to wobble away. Congratulations, Lockhart. That's, yeah, it's something that I actually need to get to, is get on. I want to hopefully next season do a little bit more racing than what I've been doing. Probably the supercars or the Porsches I'll pick up again next season. So I'll be getting myself a Trophy.ai subscription and doing what I can to improve in those cars as well. So it's probably going to get to the point where you're either going to do improvements or you're going to get left behind.
Yeah, I rate it so much. So I still have my VRS subscription, but I surely will be cancelling that one moving forward. Nothing against VRS, but Trophy AI has ticked every single box that you can imagine. It's phenomenal in terms of how it applies the information and gives it to you in a form factor that anyone can digest.
It's like having a seasoned driver in the passenger seat just telling you what to do. As you know, if you've done a track day in your own road car and you've had somebody with you, it's almost like that. It's actually really good. So having used the limited version, I didn't have access to all the full stuff, but it's still damn good. Up to one of the closest fights on circuit there, Mr. Heaney chasing Jeff Adams here. So Jeff must be coming towards the end of his fuel run here because he stopped earlier. 7/10, well, it's blowing out now. But Jeff Adams leading the way here from Mr. Greg Heaney. Will Jeff go in? No, not this lap.
He should have enough for one more. So he did 15 minutes in his first stint, and everyone was doing about 24 and a half in the next.
And are they closing in on Mr. Oliver? So Dave just did a 30 and these two boys did a 29. So they are taking time out of it. There's going to be 3:05 by the end of the next lap. But from what Josh was saying there, Jeff will probably remove himself from this one and get some more clear track and do some fast laps as John's saying, come on, Greg, get in there. And
He's
then run
another-
down the hill.
He's another guy who is just quietly going about his way as Greg Heaney. He, oh no!
Oh!
Oh!
Looks like Greg's speeding this lap. First gear, there we go. Turning left.
Sorry, Greg.
Sorry, Greg.
I think you need to close your eyes when you click on the next car, Joe.
So, continue your thought there, Joe. You.
No. I was going to say, Greg, he's one of those guys, he just throttled up and, yeah, the car snapped away from him. I was just going to say, like, he's one of those guys this season, he's just gone about his work on improving and not making errors was where I was going with it. And but he's not only has he been minimising his errors, but also picking up his pace. So a lot of the guys that were beating him like 3 months ago, 6 months ago, whatever, now he's just improved leaps and bounds above them guys, and he's doing a really, really good job, especially this season in this car. He's improved a lot compared to where he was in the first couple of rounds. So I'm sorry I jumped on board there with him and used my magic powers of Mario Kart and made him die, but nonetheless his improvement has been very real over the season.
Oh, it's what I always go back to, Joe. It's repetitions. The more laps you get in, the more times you get to practice and you know, practice your deep braking or practice your accelerations, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, he's been going about it, like you said, nice and quiet, and he's reaping the rewards.
Certainly has. And to answer Nathan's question, me personally, Grid and Go, I can't say I've actually heard of them. So I know that we did have that one went away not so long ago. Setup place, whatever it was, Craig's setup shop. That's now a shutdown shop. That's not a setup shop. So,
right.
So that one unfortunately is gone, which is a bit of a bummer because they had a good range of setups and stuff. I don't know if anybody's actually bought the rights to the setups and that he had, but that's one that has gone away. So, but I do know that Trophy.ai, they have a section in there where you can actually upload your setups to share with your lap times and that sort of stuff as well. These guys are actually putting on a good battle. Todd Suter, Dale Sharp, and Eduardo Zamora.
Sorry, just doubling back real quick. So the just Joe, the Grid and Go is the middle tier Trophy AI.
Okay.
Membership includes it, so that's why that question came about. And no, I'm very similar. I can't comment on the Grid and Go setups personally, but I do often see their setups tagged, which aren't shared, but in the Garage 61 hot lap times. So take from that what you will. They're typically around the top. So.
Yep. And you did call
Adams.
Jeff Adams.
And I would dare say Greg's tail will be coming close to its end, so they might leave the pits together. So Jeff Adams here at the end of the 11th lap, start of the 12th. We cut back to Mr. Matt Schmidtke here in third place. How far off the lead is he now? 24 seconds off the lead. There's quite a few gaps here, but I dare say they'll be closing up after these stops. Tots Suter is on the back of Dale Sharp. And we heard there the glorious sounds of Matt Schmidtke's Cadillac coming down into that first chicane there. Sorry, just let everybody listen to this car.
Oop, my bad.
And there you go, Josh, your business there, getting some free advertising on the front wheel arches of Matt's car.
Lovely,
Coming to the second chicane.
I'll tell you what, with the Caddy, I really wish they'd given it a bit more chest kick when the electric motor swaps over to the internal combustion engine. A little bit lackluster in my opinion. I'm sure it's not in real life.
I think it's better outside of the car, having seen them in here and having driven them. I think it's actually better outside of the car than it is in. Mr. Liam Haycock driving a very controlled race tonight, Joe. currently in 4th position.
He is. He'll be happy with that. He missed a fair bit of the season. He's only been back with us the last couple of weeks. I think school, his education side of things got in the way and got busy for him. But he's back again now. As Mark Hilly. Oh, Aiden Luthwaite went off track. Hang on. Aiden.
Lock the front.
Oh,
Yeah, he's locked the front. Run
very
wide.
deep.
We just cleaned up all those stones. Now they're back on the track again.
I tell you what, I'm just spotting this now, and it could be an interesting revelation. It goes to show championship run isn't just made by getting on the podium every race, but Scott Jordison is currently sitting in P11. He has the potential of sneaking into 4th place. Now, we've seen Jeff Adams. Jeff Adams has dropped off the radar, but he's still racing. Oh, no, he's probably 5th, but he's currently sitting in 8th, and he will move up, seeing as Matt's dropped out. Matt Distill, that is.
Greg Heaney finally leaving the pits there. Scotty here is almost a lap down as well. So he's in 12th spot as he comes through Arnage, slowest corner on the circuit. So, oh no, I tell a lie, Scott is a lap down.
Scott is, yes.
Greg Heaney's the last car on the lead lap. So Greg's finished his tow, but unfortunately he's now got brand spanking new tyres and they're cold. So it's going to take him a lap to get up to speed.
Just having a look. Greg's been plodding away as well. 95 races this season. Oof.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes back to what Joe was saying. You just head down and do as many as you can and get those repetitions, get those laps under your belt, and you improve by natural speed. And consistency, that's a big thing. All good and well having that speed, but you gotta be able to repeat it.
Is it just me, or is it going to get dark here? It looks awfully dark, like it's getting dark out the windscreen there for the guys.
I may or may not have timed that. Hopefully it doesn't finish in the dark, but anyway. And Liam Haycock there, Joe, in his Knight Rider looking car, benefiting from a bit of input from yourself.
Yeah, he is. I jumped online with him a little while back, and he was having a lot of incidents when we ran the IndyCar last time, just side-to-side contact and whatnot, and turned out and if you don't know, you don't know, right? And he was coming unstuck by his field of view settings he had was like he was sitting at the right on the rear wing, and his perspective was a little bit skewed. So we got in and we got his field of view corrected, and I believe he's added another couple of screens. Like, they may not be matching, but I believe he's got a couple of screens either side now to try and help him with his peripheral view as well. And that sort of stuff, it's when you're new, it's very easy to get wrong, but once you right that ship, you can it can certainly help with results, as he's showing tonight. He's been pretty solid. He's running low 28.1, so he's not that far off of Matt Schmidtke's outright pace. And yeah, at the moment, when you go down through the list of lap times, about the only odd ones out is Jeff Adams and Greg Heaney. And everybody else, as they go down through their positions for their fastest lap, it's sort of fastest to the slowest like the slowest laps, so to speak. So he's definitely there on merit with his pace. So he's doing a great job tonight.
Yeah, all the power to him. So he's doing really well. I don't know how many incidents he's got, but
3.
Initially at those first couple IndyCar races that he did at the back end of last year was almost, I like to use the word kamikaze there, and you knew something was going to happen, but no, it showed a lot more control, and in showing that, he's actually getting those laps done, and he's getting further up the grid, so well done to him.
Yeah, he's done a great job. And that's the thing too, like, and even David Baz a while back was him and I had a couple of clashes on track with different things, and I had a chat to him one day, and he wasn't using any overlays as well. And it seems like such simple stuff. Like he's a VR user, but yeah, he wasn't having overlays, so it wasn't that he was trying to squeeze people or anything like that. He just did not have any visual representation of when a car was alongside him, which anybody who's done real life racing, obviously when you're racing real life, you don't have anything on your dashboard saying, oh, there's a guy on your left rear corner or whatever. But what you do have is the human brain's actually an amazing thing when you're in a real life scenario. Like when I ran Speedway, we don't have mirrors, but you know where the guy is because you can hear them and your brain can put together exactly where that car is.
That's right.
Whereas in the sim, you'll have a speaker going in a corner, but you can't judge that distance, how far back or how close where they've got it. So the overlays for Dave Baz, I chatted to him a little while after we went through, and the only thing that we added with overlays for him was just something to say when a car was overlapping him, and he reckons it changed it for him. It made it a lot easier, and he gets less incidents on track now than what I do. So he's doing a great job as well. Unfortunately, tonight hasn't worked out real well for Dave, but if any of the guys in the club are having any incidents, or things or habits that they're finding hard to chase reasons behind, reach out to some of the guys that have been around a long time. Like, we may not be the fastest guys out there, but we've got a lot of experience. I know I've been on the sim 12 years now. I'm certainly not the fastest, but it's I'm always open to giving anybody any advice or help for setting their rigs up or whatever if they need it. And I'm sure Nick and Josh are the same. There's a lot of guys that have been around for a long time. So any club members that need a hand, don't be afraid to reach out to your fellow members. And probably something that we need to cover off will be our sponsors.
Yeah, we'd like to obviously thank all the club sponsors this season for season, as we'd like to call it, season A for 2025. But just in general, without these guys, we cannot run 121. I think was it 121? 121 races a season. So
123.
we'd like to thank them.
323.
1, 2, 3.
No, 323.
323.
323. There you go.
Get there eventually. They're running across the top of the screen as we speak, and then obviously at the bottom there. But to all those guys, ranging from Spreyton Cider, Orbic Australia, Bowens, JJZ, the merch shop. Who else have I missed out there? It'll come up no doubt. Trophy AI. As we got started some more pit stops now, the top 3 are already in. Without these guys, this cannot be possible. We do a lot of this off our own bats, but we still got to get these ones in, and we still have to pay for servers. So big thank you to all those sponsors there, Flash Graphics as well. All those guys really help make this club be the club that it is, but also make these events happen. So again, thank you to those. As we see, Aidan Luthway, geez, that was a quick pit stop. We might only had a splash and dash. Adam Laverson. Yes, thank you to all those guys, and thank you to all the participants and all 320 something active members as well.
And the members who are paid up and don't race with us. We thank them too.
154 of them.
Liam's got on his on the fin on his car your logo here, so he is looking for a sponsor there as well. Matt Schmidtke there resuming in second position. Mark Healy leaving just behind him as well.
Mark Healy? He's out of the car.
Liam Hancock in third now, Dave Oliver in fourth.
Is that a connection issue maybe?
I think that might be. I'm trying to click onto him. It's showing that he's still in the server, but I don't know where he is.
That'd be a shame. He has been matching Aiden's pace. Lap for lap, he has been knocking out banger laps. So that'd be a real shame.
Oh, no. I think you're right. I think a connection issue
internet
might have got hold of Hilly. It's showing that he's still in the server, but I can't actually put the camera on. So
Yeah, so that's what happens now. It drags you back to the pit lane. So as we can see with the
there he is there.
distance counter, yeah, he's been dragged back to the pits, which very unfortunate.
Everybody moving up a spot here. Dale Sharp on his way out, and looks like Todd Suter's on his way out as we cut back to the front of the field here. Aidan Luthwaite on his run down to the Mulsanne corner. His gap now 34 seconds as he turns in. Sorry, got to go.
That Bowen's livery as well. I like that. That's a Greg's been rowing, sticking very faithful to the Bowen's colours, but that's a beautiful livery, that one on Aidan's car there.
Well, we haven't seen much of it, and I don't think most of the field has seen much of it because I've been looking at the rear lights of it. Liam Haycock all over the back of Dave Oliver as well on the run down to the Mulsanne corner. Focus fight on the circuit. As we're 14 laps in, and judging by the way Liam's weaving, I'm going to say he's got brand spankers on. He's got sticker tyres on that thing. He's going to have no grip for a good lap there. So Dave Oliver now up into third, just like I said, quietly achieving, not making a big fuss. Getting the laps in, and now he's reaping the rewards here. As we've completed 14 laps, we're going to come to the end of the 15th one pretty soon. Unless your name's Aidan, because you'll be crossing the line about now. Aidan Lupo from Matt Schmidtke and Dave Oliver in third, Liam Haycock in fourth. Jeff Adams on his recovery drive here, he's another 13 seconds behind Liam Haycock. Adam Lavis, Eduardo Zamora, Dale Sharp, Todd Suter and Greg Heaney rounding out the 10. Greg on his recovery drive, he's 3 minutes back from the next car. He's almost a lap down.
So it may look like a big
someone's
gap.
off.
Oh, that was a big one too. It looks like
Kelly.
a pin save.
Suter.
Oh, Suter, my apologies. And he's put some more rocks on the circuit. Sorry, Josh, go.
No, I was just saying, so the gap between Aidan and Matt there, it may look like 35.8 seconds, but when you actually break it down, it's only 600ths per corner deficit Matt has. So just goes to show in these long races, those gaps just blow out, don't they?
So Eduardo putting the pressure here on Dale on the run down to the Porsche curves.
I think Dale will be going to have a cold shower after this one. He has been getting attacked this whole race.
But Dale has him... Oh, actually, Todd Suter, Eduardo Zamora, Dale Sharp and Adam Lavis all up 4 positions, all in a row there. So they're as they qualified. Got Jordanson back in the pits again. Dave Oliver up 4 spots into third. Then you have Scott Jordanson up 2. He's currently in 12th.
Oh no. We just witnessed another one.
Oh, Jeff. No, he's gone.
No, he's back.
He's back.
He's better. Hopefully he can stabilise that one because it's brutal now, this connection stuff. I understand why they've done it, but I hope that they make it a bit more lenient.
Jeff, tell your missus to get off the internet. Stop watching Netflix. I think Eduardo Zamora coming through the chicane here, making his run up to the back straight. The gap to... Oh, he's going to get it off. He's going to get a slow down for that one. The gap to from his BMW to Dale Sharp's Cadillac's blown out a bit too, so he must have made a couple more mistakes. Spreyton side of replay. Adam Lavis down the hill.
Says he's passed Jeff Adams, but how?
Dare I say that's the connection.
That'll be the connection thing, Joe.
Okay.
It's like Josh said, it puts you back in the pits, but then it must have reconnected and go, oh no, that's all right, you can continue on, and put him back up the circuit again. I'll ask Joe, just to give us all a bit of a break, can we listen to the Cadillac coming out of the second chicane and finish the lap of Dale Sharp there? Jump on board. What about a roof cam or something? Oh, actually, no, just stay inside. There you go. Let's do 3 minutes and 25 seconds or 27 seconds around Circuit de la Sarthe with Dale Sharp here in the Cadillac. Great directing there, Joe. Showing us all aspects on the Cadillac there of Dale Sharp, and even just the sounds of running over ripple strips. You can hear it in your left and right speakers of your headphones there, so it's pretty cool. iRacing are doing a fantastic job, and maybe not so much on the tyres of these cars, but everything else they're doing a really good job. We got 30 minutes left. The leader is Aidan Luthwaite with a 40.3 second gap over Matt Schmidtke. Liam Haycock there in third, another 13 seconds back, and then another 3.9 seconds back is Dave Oliver there in fourth. 14.3 seconds back off Dave Oliver is Adam Laverson fifth, with Jeff Adams 7.9 seconds back there in sixth. There you can see the gaps there, thanks Joe. 22.5 seconds back behind that was the car we were riding on board with just before Dale Sharp. And then 3.5 seconds behind him is Mr. Eduardo Zamora there, and the only BMW in the field, I think. Yeah, the only one. 10 seconds back from him. Todd there, Todd Suter in the Porsche. And then to round out the 10 and last car on the lead lap, another minute and 12 behind that, because Greg had to tow, is Mr. Greg Heaney there. So they're your top 10 and the only top 10 cars on the lead lap now. Out of the race, doesn't look like they're moving now, so Mark Hilly 2 laps down. Scott Jordanson, oh no, Scott's finally leaving the pits here, so there you go, he's going to be the last runner on the circuit. Matt still 6 laps ago stopped his car, and same lap David Baz did as well. Dale Atkins stopped up 11 laps beforehand, and don't worry about my name there, that was only there for testing purposes.
I didn't spot that one.
No, I thought it was, but if you look at the times there, actually Schmidtke beat him out by 1.1 seconds.
Yeah. I spotted Mark Hilly's pit stop was incredibly short, but I wasn't sure what was going on. That must have been wrong. It was at 7 seconds. Okay, so the issues were happening earlier than that then, because that happened right around the pit stop time. So, oh, poor fella.
Greg Heaney there with the longest pit stop of 5 minutes 43.9. So that's a tow and a pit stop. So that's a long day in the office there. Enough to do a Greg Murphy go to the toilet and Adam Lavis off the road in the final turn. Yeah, he'll be actually, just to go back on Josh's awards there, he actually is one of the guys that, since we brought out the points for zero incident races, he's one of the ones that really pushes hard for that. So he might actually, maybe not, might be a little bit disappointed that he didn't get that, because he really does work hard for those zero incident races. Let's see there, he just went wide again, bring up some sparks underneath the car.
Well, if we have a look at the names on the list, so I might roll through them, because it's a worthy list to highlight people who are driving out of their mind, and there's quite a few big names and a couple in here. So Dale obviously with 2.5, fantastic. Adam rounded out P2, so he was 3.51. So, but if you look, there's a whole single number one between them, and then it jumps up in fractions after that. So Jeff Adams followed him in with 3.68, Daniel Correa, our fellow broadcaster at 3.78, and then Corey Lazarus rounding out the top 5 at 4.07. So all
looking at the list now too, Josh, Adams at literally 100 races, Jeff Adams 47, Daniel Starr 27, and Corey at 14. Corey looks like 14 seems to be a big number there.
That'd just be the Porsche Cup, I'd say. He's running that series.
Still, to get a century there of races in a season, that's pretty good for Adam there. That's awesome.
Oh, Adam's taken out the last 3 seasons of top races. He's
participation.
Yes, participation award.
Oh wow, there you go. If we can blend another broadcast, he might be able to race Monday nights as well. As we see Adam Lavis. Yeah. I mean, it goes to show he was, he was, when he first started, he was doing more broadcasting than he was racing. Then he's now concentrating on the racing, and he's really brought up his speed and consistency. So he's doing well as well. Speaking of consistency and bringing that up, Liam Haycock here, 55 seconds off the lead, coming out of the Narge corner there. He's got Dave Oliver not far behind, but look, Liam Haycock doing well in third, outright as well. He's just got a hold off Dave Oliver there, and he seems, well, the last lap he was definitely faster than Dave. Dave must have had a problem there. But Liam's consistency is now shining through. Those 3 screens and Joe's tutorials on setting up your screens really did help. He's going to get another slowdown. Playing with fire that far out there.
Speaking of playing with fire, I'm really hoping that someone can nab the fastest lap off Aiden. If that manages to happen, he's going to finish his championship run on 666 points.
Going to be very hard from this far out, especially I do believe Aiden's one of only a handful of people that really do put in the practice prior to these things too.
That's it.
Setups and all sorts of things too, so he's doing a real top job there.
Yeah, it's not really possible anymore unless someone decides to chuck a fresh set of tyres on and low fuel and whatnot. So, yeah, Aiden obviously put his best lap in. I think it was lap 5 or lap 6 we remember saying. So, yeah, it's likely not possible now.
Mr. Eduardo Zamora here with the, what flag is that? Is it the Chilean flag? I'll probably get it wrong, and probably people are screaming at their screens. I'm usually pretty good with flags, but anyway. Jeff Adams in now. He's always going to be the first one to kick off the pit stop cycle.
After butchering Ocean's name in the in the AOWM video, I'm not going to go insulting anyone else's nationality by getting their flag wrong, Nick.
See Jeff Adams here. No, he's not taking tyres either, so he's going to stick with this set. Third stint on these. Not unheard of at Le Mans. Dave Oliver here, coming out of that first chicane there in the blue Ferrari. Keeping his nose clean, just getting in there and just doing the laps. And I haven't heard much of his actual in-world exploits recently, but wasn't he racing the 86 series? No, maybe it's this
Sure.
question Zach can answer, but anyway. As we're on board here with him running down to the end of the Mulsanne straight into the Mulsanne corner on the 19th lap, 66 minutes in. And I put the vote to these boys. They voted for it, and I gave it to them. I said, do you guys want to continue the 2-race format, or do you want just one hit out of 90 minutes double points? They said 90 minutes double points, so this is what they got. Should have invited a second driver along. Yeah, well, some food for thought for next time, I guess. Mr. Greg Heaney's in the pits. Is that early for him?
No, this should just
no,
about get him
it
home.
lines up, sorry. No, I just remembered it lined up because, yeah, Jeff Adams was pitting at the same time he had his toe. So, yeah, it lines up.
Yep, and he, even if he may have short fueled, so obviously a 24-minute stint, as we mentioned earlier, so this will get him home.
Yeah. Did Aiden run wide there? Turn one?
He very much did, but I'm sure he can afford the slowdown. 40 seconds out in front.
Schmidtke's probably saying that he's run wide. Oh, cool. How come the gap's not coming down? I don't know if you boys have seen it, but you watch some of the footage of the other guys, and then you watch Aiden. Aiden is just deeper and faster into most corners and carries more corner speed than everybody else. So he's doing an outstanding job. Might have to get him to tutor some people. I don't know. Maybe he could be the next trophy AI.
Very Lewis Hamilton, isn't it?
He's just right in there. I guess part of the practice is find your track limits. So he knows where the track limits are going into the night, and he can just worry about getting the speed from that point on. Whereas if you're a show and go kind of guy or last minute Larry, you'll figure out where are the track limits, where do I get these off tracks or 1Xs, as well as trying to figure out your speed. So he's already 2 steps in front. Had to let that one roll past the camera there. Matt Schmidtke there in second. Now, I don't have the point score in front of me, but this will help seal his second place in the championship. Don't want to put the mockers on him. I'll stop talking about that. But you can see the top 8 guys, well, sorry, 7 of the top 8 guys there on the totem pole have improved their positions. All green with an up arrow. The only one not to is Aiden Luthwaite. Third place here, Liam Haycock. What's that gap there to Dave Oliver now? It's down to 3.2 seconds. So Dave is slowly pegging him back again. Only 3/10 on that last lap. But they're second, third, and fourth in one shot. Admittedly, it's probably 2 kilometres from one chicane to the next, but still second, third, and fourth in one shot. I believe that's Adam Lavis at the top of the screen turning into the chicane. That's a beautiful shot, Joe. Well done. And there he is, leaving the chicane. So up 5 positions. For those of you who like this place and want to hear some really cool V8s, so just see Dale Sharp at the top of the screen there and Eduardo Zamora coming in. There's a shot from a very similar position of the 1989 race on lap 1 where there's no chicanes. And those Sauber C9s going past, they sound real good. Exactly the same cherry picker spot the lot, and it's really, really good because they're flying past it just a touch under 400 kilometres an hour. Del Sharp there in 6th. Currently, wait till Jeff Adams and Greg Heaney get back, cycle their way back to the front. And Todd Suter there. I just looked at the timing screens too. Even though Aiden had an off track, he's still gapping the guys behind him. He just put another 3 seconds on Matt Schmidtke. Jeff Adams here, fresh out of the pits. And there's Aiden there. Oh no, it's Mr. Greg Heaney. Nice run through the field there, Joe. Thank you. So there's Aiden. Onto a new lap, lap 21. And you can see it on those longer shots and on the track map. There's pretty much nobody in front of him for the whole of the Mulsanne. And I know that iRacing have scanned quite a bit of this circuit. I'm surprised they haven't yet let us use the Big Yaddy circuit, but scanned quite a bit of this circuit. And on the run down to that first chicane there's a big shopping complex that's got a KFC and all sorts of things in there. So maybe even Aiden could go stop, fill up his belly as well as get going again and still have enough time. Putting on a clinic. Gonna say, Josh, heading into the final 20, what was that? 17 minutes, my apologies. You want to do that final final award there? We'll just cycle through the pit stops.
Yeah, sure thing. So the last award we have, a bit convoluted, but basically I was trying to find the best and fairest award. Let me get my notes, sorry guys.
By the way, just for everybody at home, Josh has gone and used a comb, a bit like in Spaceballs, in the sand to actually sift out all the information from our statistics there too. So all the club statistics, as we see Dale Sharp in the pits. So well done to Josh as well.
Yeah, thanks, mate. So yeah, there was a greater need with what I've done, but I've piggybacked that to get all this information for us. But basically, we're trying to get the best and fairest and cleanest award. So it's a combination of iRacing incidents multiplied by the GSRC penalties, and obviously if they haven't got a penalty, it's just multiplied by 1. But the list spits Mr. Adam Laves out at the top. So with 100 races, he has an incident times penalty per race of 3.51. So congratulations, Adam. That's 2 months of premium Trophy AI membership heading your way. Oh yeah, I may as well round out the list as well because there are some other honourable mentions in here. I'll go through the top 5. So we've got Corey Lazarus, 4.07 incidents time spent per race. Brad Coates there with 4.14, Adam Proctor with 4.29, and Jordan Malcolm with 4.57. So the last 4 of those guys, they look like they just do the Porsche races. And I can tell you, I've watched quite a few of those, and there are lots of penalties being handed out in them. So they've kept their noses clean. They've kept their noses clean very well throughout those races. So congratulations to all those guys, and congratulations to Adam for that membership.
Leaders in. Yes, congratulations to Adam. I just noticed too, Josh, he mustn't have had any GSRC penalties because his penalties per race is equal to the penalties per race times GSRC.
Yes, with the caveat that if it's 0, it's also, I have to multiply it by something so we don't get zeroed answers. He actually does have 1 single penalty this season, which is very unlike Adam. He normally takes out the awards for... He normally takes out the awards for most races done without penalties as well. So you put yourself on the track 100 times a season, plus you're inevitably going to make some honest mistakes.
So as Matt Schmicke enters the pits, Aidan Luthwaite has left the pits in a 22.9 second stop and a total of 60.8 seconds in pit lane. These guys can make it here, and they might actually short fill if they're smart enough. Don't fill it all the way up. So second and third here in pit lane. Another 26 seconds away will be Adam Lavis. We'll see them crawling through at about, I believe it was 60 kilometers an hour when I was testing it just before. So there he is.
You'd have to think Adam will be pretty happy with the with sitting 4th on the road tonight. It's admittedly, by his own standards, it's probably not his strongest car, so he'll be happy to take a top 5 away from this in the final. Zamora's in the pits. Dave Oliver's continued on. There he goes. So Dave Oliver's already had his final stop. So now we just got, yeah, so Zamora, Liam, Matt. Oh no, they're out here. Right. Liam, I was wondering why it kept bringing up their name. It wasn't showing them. There you go. Todd Ciders, he's in the pit.
I should have sped the time up. It's not getting dark quick enough. Oh well. I'll learn these things for next time.
Oh! Dave!
That's a good save. That's a good save.
I won't normally do this, but I tell you what.
Let's see that again. If when iRacing bring flat spots in, that's going to be running like a 50-cent piece. It's going to be vibrating the car all over the show. But hey, good on him. Well done.
Yeah, unfortunately, he never even brought out a anything to show that. So
yeah, no incidents, no nothing.
No. So
Didn't happen then, did it?
No, never even got a incident point or anything for it. So well done, Dave. The fourth pedal did magic work for you.
And it's
go on, Lachlan. Sorry, just to answer Lachlan's question there, we will be conducting some interviews after the race, and then we will jump straight into announcing the next season's schedule. With the caveat, I think Tuesdays might still have the cars and series are locked in, but I believe we've had some last minute conversation about what's running first, what's running second. So we'll lock in 95% of it.
as we see these guys here, who's this Eduardo, Dale Sharp, Jeff Adams, if you wouldn't mind, Mr. Director, jumping on board Eduardo Zamora, looking back at these two guys chasing him, I reckon by the end of this lap, they'll be all right up against each other like an accordion. Let's see how they go. So we're riding on board here with Eduardo Zamora coming down the Mulsanne. Coming out of the second chicane, you've got Dale Sharp in tow with Jeff Adams. And this gap is really compressing now in the back half of the race. Only 10 minutes to go. Maybe 3-4 laps they'll get out of this. Last lap through. Oh no, out laps for for Dale Sharp. But he's popped out right in between these two. So this is definitely closing up right now, and this is their closest fight on circuit. And after Jeff's spins and wall banging at the start, he's been on a mission. So I think he's been just going to keep doing fastest laps here, or his personal best. Dale Sharp running a bit wide there on the run down to Anage.
A lot of debris on the track to see.
Yeah, someone's definitely run wide on one of those corners. As now he's reading the part numbers on the back of Dale Sharp's Cadillac here on the run down to the Porsche curves. And as these two fight, it gives Eduardo a bit of a breathing space now, or at least more breathing space. The second half of the Porsche curves there. And as you can see, there's just a slightly darker shade on our camera lenses there. It is going into dusk now. I set that to happen, but clearly not fast enough. So I was hoping we get at least a bit of some nighttime racing. But anyway, next time we do it, I'll make sure that happens. 9 minutes to go. These guys are completing their 22nd lap into their 23rd. 9 minutes to go out of a 90-minute race, and these guys are fighting for 6th, 7th and 8th. Top three are Aidan Luthwaite, Matt Schmicky, Liam Haycock. As we jump back to the leader here, just coming through Indianapolis, he's got his teammate. Who's he got in
Greg
tow
Haney
there?
right in front of him.
Oh, Greg Haney right in front of him. Yep, beat me to a choke. Might have a form finish here. Another 3 laps.
Wonder if these guys will do Bathurst a la 77. It's side by side. It won't be a 1-2, but certainly be a full finish.
Oh, 84 with Brocky.
And don't count that. He was lapsing.
And then Triple Eight did it as well on the Vodafone days. Once again, don't count that.
No.
I guess while we're here during the final 8 minutes, we know this race is pretty much sewn up unless Aiden has a catastrophic incident.
So par.
Give me your high and a low. Also, give me your low first and your high from this past season of 323 races that we've hosted. For you personally, or things that you've noticed and seen.
Oh, look, I haven't been in a lot of races. I know I've done, I think, 3 rounds of the Retro F1 series, and that's an absolute high for me. Those cars get me high. I love the latest 79s. I think that they're just magic drive. And the guys put in some good hard racing. I had a good battle with John Merritt actually when we went to Long Beach a couple of weeks ago. So unfortunately, it's not what's a regularly broadcasted series, but man, there was some great racing in there over the season. And the low point is for me, not that the racing's a low point, but just getting caught up in incidents in NASCAR trucks has been an endless source of frustration for myself. But we do have a bit of an announcement for next season when it comes to the NASCAR side of things. So it's still going to be around, but the general feeling though around the club is all up and up, and it's positive. You know, even though I had a rough series in the NASCAR, it was still great. You know, I still love and enjoy racing the NASCAR. So I'll definitely be in there doing it again next season. So and we'll probably the next high will be not having to hear about daylight savings for the next 6 months.
I will say Wednesday night we nearly got to the first round of stops without a safety car, so I was very happy with that one. That was actually quite good, and having only done I think 2 or 3 rounds prior to that, it was actually good to actually get back in and do some laps. I guess the low point for me was obviously we crossed over week 13 and then we got the new tyre model for this thing, so it really did it was a doggone lino for a lot of people until we got our heads around it. Maybe there's some of these updates that we keep downloading over the last couple of weeks might be fixing that up, but that was a bit of a low light for me. But the highlight was well, obviously with work commitments, just getting back in and actually turning some laps, so I was actually quite happy with that. Josh, I'll pose to you the same question, but from behind the scenes, what was some things that we know we can improve, but what's some highlights as well?
Behind the scenes, yeah, as you know, Nick, I haven't done much racing at all. But behind the scenes, definitely I'm excited. So I had a little bit of a break for a few reasons and came back at it from a fresh perspective. So being a few months out from the AGM, I've kind of set my eyes on creating the building blocks for future committee members to ensure that we have great racing in the club, and we can ensure that great racing by ensuring the competition that we have is fair, clean, and the people that we want on the track, really. So empowering the admins in certain ways while keeping us honest, and yeah, basically just making sure the ship is heading as straight as we can keep it.
Oh, I'll make the joke that we just got an election announced, so vote one, vote Josh.
Yes, no, I couldn't do Joe's role. I like being the wingman.
Got Jordanson in. What's he doing here? He's
confused.
A bit Cyclone Alfred over here. He's a bit lost.
Okay, I needed the Benny Hill theme.
Maybe he just wanted to sit and watch the race. But yes,
still out.
Exactly there, Josh, on the committee side of things, make it easier, but also making sure that the members' voices are heard. And you know, when it comes to the AGM, we can actually put some more things into place.
That's it. Like when you break it down, this is about racing and this is about having fun. Now, that has to always be the primary focus for the club. How we get there is, to me, we need to keep it fun for the admins because we are all volunteers. And yeah, as I said, we just need to put all our heads together and kind of create a better method for how we're going to do that, because we have had a few hurdles over the past couple of years and I think we're on a better path now.
Once again, I'd like to thank all the participants, all the club members, but also the guys who help put a bit of funding in, because we are a not-for-profit club and they help us run all these events, and you'll see them going up there across the top of your screen in the both left and right hand corners there. So by all means, ladies and gentlemen, get onto their websites, their Instagrams, their social media handles, all that kind of thing, and please jump on. If you need to use them, please use them. But yeah, you can see a variety of them there. I mean, if you need to use Spreyton cider, it's non-alcoholic. They are the primary sponsor for Friday nights there. Waste options there. By all means, get onto those guys. Flexible, credible, fair. Nathan Carmichael's negotiating with his better half.
Give us half an hour, Nathan, and we
Yeah, just stick around and you'll find out. Pete Matson and the team at Orbic Australia.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right, you keep going. You see, the next one was going to be the Builder's Choice Bowens, which these guys are on screen are sponsored by, partnerships with,
And employed by.
Oh. Aiden running a bit wide there.
Waste Options, they're great partners. They support our Monday night series and have done for, I can't even remember. They've been supporting us for a long time.
That's another thing too, our Monday nights, for the foreseeable future, since we started, pretty much haven't changed. We see here Dale Sharp running a bit too much curve through the chicane. It looks like Jeff Adams has gotten through finally.
It's not over yet.
He's in front now, but what happens up here? Dale's just tucked in behind.
He's just breathing on his rear end, didn't he? That.
But if you look at the timing screen, it's switched back around. So what happens here?
And not by a small margin, by the look of it, I'd say Jeff's had a moment.
Oh no, that's all right.
Slow down, maybe.
I thought he would have hit the curb there, but yeah, it looks like Dale took more curb there, so I don't know.
Not sure, but we'll just note Aiden should be crossing the line. He has just crossed the line for the last time, so we are white flag, I believe.
Greg Heaney is going to fight this tooth and nail to not get lapped by his teammate. He's going to pull a Larry Perkins on his teammate and make that the widest car in sim racing.
Two cars go faster than one. They must have a huge top speed.
Tell you what, he must be a scary team boss. He hasn't done anything, has he?
I mean, to be fair, if I was Greg, I'd probably just slip aside, save doing the extra lap, but that's just me and on. Rd-10, 311. He's lifted, so he doesn't want to pass his teammate.
They're the only ones on the Mulsanne so far, and the other guys are just coming onto it now, left of the map there.
There you go. So there's about a 50-second run up that Mulsanne, including the little deviation in the middle. That's a long track, eh?
Yeah, there you go. Nathan Michael's going to hang about. Liam Haycock here in third.
So,
Dave Oliver.
Just as a heads up, Nathan, we do like to change around lots of our... we only really have the one or two staples. But we do change our series around quite a fair bit, so you might find that you might need to open up the argument for other nights as well leading forward, mate.
Let's come and do Mountain Man. We've got 2 cars in the pits all of a sudden here. Todd Ciders, Scott Jordanson.
So Scott didn't continue on
in there
any
for a while.
further from
Yeah.
when we saw. Can't comment on Todd though.
Todd's moving again. Only did 13.9. Greg Heaney might get a spot here. Dale Sharp here in 7th place, up 4 spots from his starting spot. And you can see Jeff Adams there in the background, so yeah, definitely Jeff must have spun or something like that.
Should have a look at 707 there, Joe.
I was just about getting to that one.
Sorry, mate.
That's all right.
Here we go. They're round in the last lot of chicanes. It's a solid championship, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't come much more dominant than that one as Aidan Luthwaite takes out the final race. So the last 2 races he's won for the Spreyton Ciders LMH series.
Just call it Hypercar.
Hypercar, there you go. So he's, probably one of, even when you take in some of the series that guys like Matt Dench has put in with the Porsches and GT3s and some of them guys, this has probably been one of the most dominant seasons that we've ever seen across the platform to the GSRC, I'd have to say. Absolutely unbelievable.
Right, so I'm just having a quick squiz, Joe. So he has had 8 wins out of... He had did not race in round 5, so we won't include that one, but...
Yeah, he went to the Superbikes.
He did.
Down a Phil on there, yeah.
So 8 out of 13.
Second. Liam Hancock 3rd there, and sorry, what was that, Josh?
I was just saying 8 out of 13, and he's had no lower a finish than 4th place.
Yeah, that's pretty damn dominant. We see Dave Oliver here taking 4th. Just got to wait for the rest of the guys to come across the line. We've got Adam Lavers making his way through the Ford chicane. He'll be happy. That's the final time he gets to drive that car for a while. He might even change cars next time if we run these things.
He won't even wash it before plastering it in the back of the shed.
Eduardo Zamora coming in a BMW into the Ford chicanes. That's a good shot, Joe.
Come
Dale
Sharpie.
Sharp making his way. Personal thank you to Dale Sharp for making it for the team. Jeff Adams here, is he? Yeah, he's got fuel trouble. He's going to be close on making this. And they've restricted the clutch working on these cars until you get under a certain speed. So he's just taking it easy. Fuel was an issue.
Well, he's 10% of the lap left.
Gonna make it.
And then Todd's still making his way around. He's 23 seconds back. So there you go. Jeff Adams making that one in 8th place. And then Todd now, he's the final car to come across. Here he comes. Ford chicane. In the last of the cars to cross the line in the Porsche. I think there was only 2 Porsches in the whole race tonight. There you go, Todd there bringing up the 9th spot. Well, boys, after 10 weeks, I've forgotten how many races because we went to double races there for a while. and a dominant win. We had Aidan Luthwaite take that one out from top to tail. I don't think he was headed at any point, not even during pit stops. So I have to double check the lap count. But we've been joined by quite a few people in here. We'll start with you, Aidan. Good evening too, by the way. From your perspective, just give us a bit of a rundown on your time attack session there for the last 90 minutes.
No, it was great fun. I mean, this track, it's a classic, really. Le Mans, obviously with the 24-hour races and things here, it's a fan favourite. But yeah, obviously not too much competition tonight. Obviously the championship was already decided, I think, last round, so that was already off my shoulders. So just rocked up tonight, had some fun, and got the win and the pole position in the end. And yeah, it was just really good fun tonight, just driving the cars around, especially with this new tyre model. I know that might be a little bit, contrary to popular belief, but I really like it, to be honest. Just with the extra power, the way that you've got to sort of throttle the car a little bit differently. You've got to be really careful and have that certain type of finesse with it. It was great fun tonight.
Just on the back half there, I saw yourself and Mr. Greg Heaney obviously trying to get a photo finish. Were you tight on fuel at any point during this race, or were you good to the end there?
Nah, definitely fine to the end there. I actually put a little bit of extra fuel in the last pit stop there just to do some burnouts at the end. So it definitely wasn't close on fuel, which is good. So yeah, put about an extra lap and a half. Just dumped a bunch of fuel into the car, extra 10 litres or so, just to do a bunch of burnouts at the end there. So yeah, it was all good.
All right, we got a 2-week break. We're going to do some announcements straight after this as well, but we got a 2-week break coming up. What's something that you on your wish list in terms of cars that you want to drive in the coming seasons?
I keep saying it, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm really trying to stick to it this time. But I'd really like to give the GT3s a go. Try and give that a good run for the championship, I reckon. There's some super fast guys in there, but I think if I can, try and get amongst it and just get my head down and get it sorted, sort of thing. Hopefully I can be within the running to, be with the fast guys. But yeah, we'll wait and see, I guess. But tonight's been my last race for Whiskey Business Racing, so I'll be actually going to Orbit Drop Bear Motorsport as of next season, just in search of more success and things like that. I hope to stay on board with WBR as like a team ambassador sort of thing. But yeah, that was my last race for these guys tonight, so it was great to end on a high.
And then, I was just going to say, for this particular season of Hypercar, what was the biggest highlight for you?
Honestly, I think that first race of the Daytona was really good there. Jackson should have really run away with that. I reckon he had really good pace that day. That whole week, really, just with the Daytona 24 and things like that. Yeah, but that was a real highlight there to get the win from him. Obviously, just a small hiccup sort of thing, but it can cost you, of course. But what else have we had? Canada as well. First couple of rounds, I reckon, were really good. But yeah, it was great to end at Le Mans as well. 90 minutes, bit of a specialty. So yeah, I reckon those two would be the highlights for me.
Well, excellent. Well done to you. I think I said it last week, it's like 3 out of the last 4 seasons or 4 out of the last 5 seasons. I can't remember now. It's just been that many. You've absolutely clean swept Friday nights. So the announcements are coming up. Stick around and you'll find out what's coming up on what nights, and maybe you can start sorting out your calendar from there. Well done.
No, 100%. Yeah, thanks, Nick. Yeah, like I said, I was really keen to give GT3s a go, so that's definitely on the cards for next season. Yeah, but depending on what happens with Friday night next season, I probably won't be doing Friday nights full time next season, just with different commitments and things like that. But depending on what's available, yeah, I'll come in, drop in, and say hi, and yeah, should be good fun.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to move down the list here. Unless you want to take one, Josh.
Yeah, sure. Mr. Haycock, why don't we jump on board with you, mate? That was a phenomenal effort. You finished P4 in the end, was it?
P3, I believe.
P3 it was. That's right. We had Mark Kelly dropped out of the chase. He was sitting in P4 for a long run there. Phenomenal effort. Very clean race, mate.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super happy with how I managed to keep it clean all race. I think that's one of the cleanest races I've had in the club so far. So super happy with that, and I think it's tied my best finishing position on a non-mountain main race.
Yeah, definitely. So just looking at some of your lap times there, you were keeping it up to Matt as well. So Matt potentially just with the offset of the start gap and maybe a little bit more consistency, but yeah, keep nudging away, and I'm sure you'll be on the tail of the maybe even Aiden in the next few seasons. So well done, mate.
Yeah, I was trying to fuel save a bit because I kept seeing that I'd be close to it, and then I'd see, oh no, I won't make it. And then the last one there, I just stopped pushing to try catch him because I thought we'd get an extra lap out of Aiden, and didn't eventuate. So, ah well.
No problems. Well, what's on the calendar for you, mate? Are you going to continue on with whatever we dish up on Fridays, or what's your plans next season?
Depends on the car, really. I'll try to do Fridays, but I mean, it's the only one I can do, so hopefully it's a car I enjoy and something like IndyCar or GTP. But yeah, should be fun.
Cars, who's to say? All right, I'll pass it back to you, Nick.
I'm guessing, I'm going to step in there and say, I'm guessing that when we do release what we're doing on Friday nights, Liam, you're going to like it, okay? So just stick around for our for what we're doing next season.
Can't wait.
All right, let's go through to Mr. Dave Oliver, Mr. Consistency. Dave, give us a quick rundown of your night.
Hello. I avoided everything. I kind of nearly spun twice.
We saw one of those.
It happened twice, unfortunately. But other than that, I kept it clean and had a nice little battle there with Liam. Back in little fourth. It was just time trial kind of thing. And yeah, other than that, yeah, finished fourth. Happy with that, and yeah.
We did see coming through onto the Mulsanne there, I think through what's that corner? Tetra Rouge there. You just clipped a little bit of curb. He got a slide on, locked them all up. Did you get any incident points for that at all?
I'm not too sure, truthfully. I'll have to go figure out when it was. I know it was about an hour in, so I'll have to go have a squiz. So
we saw it live, and I'm like, Josh was complimenting you, Joe was complimenting, I was complimenting you, we all were. And I think, from what we can gather, it didn't go around enough to award you an incident point, so I wanted to double check with you. But look, give us a bit of a highlight of your season 2025A, of what you've done, and not just necessarily Friday nights, but give us some highlights of what you've encountered across the time.
I jumped in with into GD4 about 2/3 of the way in. Just a mate was getting back into it and kind of decided just to putt around in the GD4 Porsche with him, which was fun. And then didn't take it too serious, but it was a bit of fun. And then did the GD3s. Unfortunately missed 2 rounds there, and then plus had a bit of a dodgy start to the season, so I was already technically three rounds down. But other than that, ended up kind of did my usual clawback at the end and finished 5th or 6th, which was cool. Second McLaren, and then did a bit of the roundy rounds with the Yeehaw trucks when I could, and didn't do supercars. Didn't really do much of the Thursday nights, and then just did these when I could. Missed a few rounds, and at one point nearly threw the towel in and stuff because it just just the cars just weren't crash hot, and this was before the updates. But yeah, after that I had been doing some little tweaks with the system, with my game, with the wheel and stuff, and kind of came back just roughly around when the update came back, and kind of this last month since I've done that in kind of nearly all the series, I've kind of done a lot better and stepped up the consistency and performance. So but other than that, bit of fun. Be interesting to see what happens next season, and go from there.
As long as you're enjoying yourself. Well, I did mention this in the broadcast, you are always Mr. Consistent and just a little bit stepping it up every time, just improving. You're always in the behind those front guys, and you're just creeping up on them. So who knows, you'll surprise them in the next season.
Yeah, if I surprise myself, that will be good.
All right, excellent. Hang about. The announcements are coming up. Josh, you want to do another one?
Hey, Scotty Jordison, our secretary. How'd you find Le Mans tonight, mate?
Really well, actually. I don't know if it was Aiden's setup that he sent me or what. I've only done one race since the release from the cars being on railway tracks. That was with no practice. I hopped on tonight with no practice. And yeah, it was beautiful. I just had to be really, really careful because I didn't know what to expect. I just want to look. Let's cut to the chase. Firstly, let's just say GSRC, amazing. Thanks for Nick for putting on this series. Congratulations, Aiden. Awesome stuff. You guys in the broadcast team. I know there's Josh, Nick, and Joe tonight. I think Zach's been in there. And if I'm missing anybody, I apologise. I just want to say a big thank you to everything everybody does. It's bloody awesome.
I'll second that. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, big effort all around, and shout out to the guys. I'm just a ring in, but yeah, thank you to Nick, Joe, and Zach for filling in for some of the broadcasts. Yeah, great.
And somebody who we do mention him a lot, but I still don't think people realise exactly how much he does in the background. But also to Adam Lavis, you know, the amount of work that guy puts in the background. Like as we're chatting here now, he's actually on and he's done the championship results and finished them off. So we can probably pop to that and have a look and see how everything ended up. There's a bit.
Can I just say one thing there, Joe?
Yeah, mate.
He is the most humble guy.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, never asks for anything. You wouldn't even know it. But this guy puts in an amazing amount of work. It's ridiculous.
He does. The club would probably crumble without Adam, but here we go. Here's our championship results, guys. So Aiden Luthwaite has absolutely smashed the park with it. 749 points. 825 has actually been gained with 76 as his one and only drop round. As obviously we mentioned earlier on, he went to the Superbikes. Apparently that's more important than iRacing. But good on him. That's a pretty amazing strike rate, though. I don't think he finished out. So I think his worst finish was
before, I think it was.
I think, which was at Monza, maybe. No, he had a fourth in race 2 at Spa. So yeah, that's been his worst result of the season. Fourth. So absolutely dominant. That's after acing the first 3 rounds with a hat trick. So. Congratulations to Aiden on the win there. Matt Schmidtke in second, as you can see there, 536 points. Just captain consistency out of Matt. He was a couple of rounds there. He was a bit dirty on himself, but it just goes to show you've got to be there every week. And on that, Adam Lavis in third on 482 points. Jeff Adams, he's going to be disappointed. He had that incident on lap 1, and it's probably cost him third in the championship. So. He'll be sad about that one, I'm sure. Jeff, he's always there on a Saturday night with the Mountain Men, and we all know how tenacious he can be. So, yeah, he'll be pretty disappointed with losing third in the championship there at the death knock. Greg Heaney ever improving this season in 5th. Jason Close in 6th. He wasn't here the last couple of weeks, which has probably cost him a good result. He's probably on for 2nd or 3rd there at one stage in the season with his pace. So Scott Jordanson, you've nailed 7th on 356 points. Eduardo Zamora. Matt Distel, he didn't do anywhere near the amount of rounds that he has in the last few seasons, but he's rounded out 9th. And Jackson Dial, who we've missed in the last few weeks, he's rounded out the top 10 on 294 points. So congratulations to Aiden, Matt, and Adam Lavis for the top 3 in the championship. Well done, guys. So, Jordan, you have to be happy with the outright result there, mate. 7th.
Oh, sorry, you told me.
I was.
Yeah, that's quite a surprise, actually. Yeah,
just turning up, mate.
Surprise.
Turn up, turn the laps, finish, and make sure you finish. So, but yeah, any other input on that one after the result there, Aiden? I mean, we all knew it was going to be official after last week, but yeah, that's a bit of a stomping ground for you on a Friday night, mate.
I just love the type of cars that Nick really puts in, to be honest. Everything from what we had in Indy cars nearly 12 months ago now, radicals, and obviously the GTPs as well. So yeah, anything with a bit of power, anything with enough power to really spin the rear wheels, and it's relatively lightweight as well. It's just something that I really feel at home with. Something that you can really chuck the car into the corner and you know it's going to stick, and you have to have that sort of sense of confidence that it will stick. But yeah, I just really feel at home with these types of cars for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have to update your thing down the bottom there. It's only got your IndyCar and your Downforce Legends and Radical Championship, so we're going to have to add another one to the totem pole there for you.
I think it was Nick. I think it was Nick that was saying before. I could be wrong. Isn't that 3 championships in a row? Is it 3 or 4 in a row?
Yeah, three in a row.
3 in a row for Friday night. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you might be able to give some other people a chance.
I was the same before. I think I'll be stepping back from Friday nights now. So
we'll see. Wait till we announce what we're doing.
we'll have to see, I guess. Yeah, we'll have to see.
We'll squeeze one more.
Maybe that's a chance for a drum roll.
We'll squeeze one more interview in. Mr. Greg Heaney's been patiently waiting there. Greg, good evening.
How are we going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, recovering from my embarrassing start, and then my moment behind Jeff coming into the left-right chicane before Tetra Rouge, and yeah, so all in all, happy with the end result. Well done to Aiden for driving it as well as he did for the entire season, and yeah, happy we got the team's championship for the GTPs as well. So I inherited that position after Jackson departed, teammates with Aiden. So then it was a case of, all right, well then we show up and we drive the wheels off it as best we can and try and stay in front. And yeah, we did.
I'm going to do a bit of a Zach here. What led to the not getting across the start finish line cleanly there to begin the race? Just
I think it was a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, a bit of cold tyres, and I think I hopped the curb slightly, which unsettled the back of the car.
So from that point on the back foot, just having to go the whole way?
Yeah, pretty much. Jeff was unlucky with obviously the incident that happened, and then he was nursing a damaged car. So I was catching him fairly quickly, and then I was catching up. I caught up to Adam and had a great little battle with Adam for a bit, for a lap or two, and then obviously pit cycle, and then came out of the pits behind Jeff, a couple of laps behind Jeff, and then yeah, I stuck it in the fence.
Look, I mean, a race that could have gone better for you, but that's all right.
Yeah, you went over the curb there and just she weight shifted and spun around on you.
Yep.
Give us, not necessarily a Friday night, but give us your highlight of 2025, the first season there.
For myself, probably I'd go on the success of the V8 series. That obviously first year or half year really at this point, being on the GSRC committee and being nominated for the series runner for the V8s. Happy with the way that's all turned out, and looking forward to planning the next one.
All right, and then obviously you know what's coming up in terms of announcements. Is there something that you wouldn't mind seeing make a return? I mean, don't let on that you know what's going on, but is there something that you wouldn't mind seeing a return? Not necessarily V8s, like an M2 or something along those.
Oh, I'd like to see some more LeMans style cars. They're just overall fun to drive. You got the good mix of power and the mix of downforce. So, I mean, we've already run LMP2, so we're probably, and those were okay though. I think what let that series down when it was run towards the end was it was a fixed series. And being that there is an abundance of setups for the Dallara, we probably could have run. Now, this is obviously from a committee standpoint. We probably could have had it run as an open series, but I think that's what let that down towards the end. But yeah, I think any form of Le Mans style car would be good. Obviously, as mentioned, got some V8s coming back, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting back into GT3s as well.
Right, excellent. Well,
I'll put my 2 bobs in there. I'd love the Pro Mazda to be out there.
Yeah.
well, I'm actually going to throw it to, I don't know who's going to do it, Josh or Joe or both of them, but we're actually going to start the reel here and actually go through what we got coming up for Monday to Saturday, really, of what's coming up in the next season of GSRC after this next 2-week break.
We luckily don't have a reel, do we? But anyway, do you want to go day by day, Joe?
Yeah, so what we can tell you, unfortunately, we don't have a reel set up. So
Let's go the sponsors, yeah.
bit bad. We that. Hang on, lost. Well done.
I'd just like to say, while Joe's doing that, well done to all competitors of every series that we've had. Well done to all the people who've podiumed. Well done to all the champions in that. But, you know, somebody that we don't really make mention of, we've mentioned the committee, we've mentioned all the people that help run the show from behind the scenes, but there's one lot of people that we haven't mentioned, and that is the race controllers.
Absolutely.
The referees of the race and the course. So well done to all those guys. They know who they are. It's volunteer work. It's not easy. Once again, this is a not-for-profit club, so we do rely on volunteers. It is a thankless job, and it's a bit. I think of it a bit like footy. You do play, but you just every now and again you got to be a touch judge or a referee and help out somewhere, shape or form. So, big thank you to all those guys for helping adjudicate and run the show behind the scenes, and making calls. Sometimes tough calls, but someone's got to do it, and it keeps us all in line. It keep us playing to the same hymn book. And going in the right direction. That like Josh pointed out there, that's the vision for this club.
And furthermore to that, the one man behind the scenes that does a heap of work, Mr. Paul Wood. Dare I say, he would put in about 10 hours a week in adjudicating the stewards' results. Sometimes they take a little bit longer than everyone would hope, but he's very thorough. He's got a process. He makes sure he doesn't leave any stone unturned, and he gets through it relatively by himself. Big shout out to Woodsy.
All right, so with that,
I was about to say, if Joe's not quite ready, encourage everybody there to make sure you're in the AGM vote. This is your club. Put your hands up. Be involved. We run the club is run with your direction, and the AGM is the most crucial bit. It sets the next year up
sets
to
the
give
tone
you
for
what
following
you
year.
want.
So,
and everyone's welcome to step up and volunteer to be in the committee, RC, all of that. We want this club to be run by the members.
Very good. All right, so what we can do now is we'll go on out to we'll go day by day. So on a Monday, nothing's changing, is it, Josh? We're going to stick with GT4 as our lead in, and GT3 as the follow up. So got some info on that one.
Yeah, so we have a stalwart with GT3s. That's a staple of the club. Monday's first up. Now we do have to consider other leagues and what they run, and the GT3s being run on a Monday just seems to work with everyone. So we appreciate that everyone does like to race their favourite cars, and that if that happens to be the GT3s, they just split them across different leagues. All good and well, but yeah, so we're definitely going to keep the GT3s Mondays, and the leading into the GT3s with the GT4s, it just seems to be a logical choice. Is the smaller brother, not too different. Now, we found in the past when we run cars that are well different, you get a lower turnout for one or the other. So yeah, GT4s into GT3s, we'll run that for another season.
And they're both going to be supported once again, I believe, by Waste Options. And now, these guys, unwavering support over many years now. So Yeah, we just like to reach the hand out and shake the hand of Waste Options for their unrivaled and unwavering support on a Monday night for the Monday night platforms that gets broadcast. And without them guys, you guys wouldn't get to see it. So if you're around and you can support Waste Options the way they support us, please do that. Look after the sponsors that look after you. So Waste Options back on board for Monday night GT4 and GT3s. And Tuesday nights, we've got a bit of a change up, Josh.
Romancer, please.
Unfortunately, not this season, Scott. But so just as a caveat, we have had some last minute discussions in the committee, and we will finalise which is the starting series. But at the moment on the cards, we have the HPD ARX01C locked in, and that will run alongside the TCRs. So they're separate series. But Joe, I'll let you dive in. The HPD, mate, that's a little bit of prototype.
Yeah, well, the HPD, it's basically the oldest brother of what we've been racing here on a Friday night. So it's the original prototype car. It's like the Radical, but it's bigger, and it's the original endurance car that iRacing had. And it's been around for a long time, and a lot of people should own it. And if you don't, it's absolutely worth buying. It's a monster. Got a lot of downforce, a lot of grip, open cockpit as well, so it's a bit of a different feel to it than what the current endurance sort of cars do. This one being an open top, and whilst it's bigger and whatnot than the Radicals, it's just as nimble. So it's a hell of a lot of fun, and it's going to be one of those series that if I'm home, whether it's first or second, we're not too sure yet, but it's certainly going to be a series that I'll be taking part in. With the HPD and the TCRs, they aren't really my thing, but certainly looking forward to seeing them come back. And I almost guarantee you the two Whittaker brothers are going to be right in there and right up the front. They're a bit of a fan of the old TCR, them boys.
The Radical is the HPD is a HPD is a Radical on steroids.
Yeah, pretty much. That's right. Yeah, it's the Honda performance department, whatever. I know Nick might know. There you go. So I was right. But it's got like huge horsepower. It's light, heaps of wings, heaps of downforce. It's actually a lot of fun. So jump in. It's probably not as visceral as what the latest 79 is, but to be fair, not a lot of things are. But it's definitely a hell of a lot of fun. So a lot more stable than what 79 is. So, but the TCRs, Josh, we're bringing them back.
Yeah, bringing the front wheelers back. So they've always been quite well fielded when we have them in the mix on a cast night. So looking to edge them back into the club after having a little bit of a break. But yeah, the TCRs, I believe they've got the rain model now too. So iRacing's really putting in the hard yards to give everyone everything. And yeah, hopefully we see the Whittaker brothers back. Been missing Chris and Brendan.
Yeah, they'll be back. Actually, I think Chris might even be the current and reigning champion, the TCR. I'm pretty sure he took it out last time over his brother. So that'll be a good one. And no doubt Trent will be back running them as well. Trent Lavers, Adam's brother. So yeah, that'll be quite a competitive field, that one, if you feel inclined. Now Wednesday nights, this is. Yeah, the more things change, the more they say that they stay the same. But the V8 supercars, they're locked in for another go around with supporter Trophy AI, who earlier on we announced the allocation of the prizes from this season. So they're starting stalwart on the second slot on a Wednesday night. So that's something that we're going to continue on with, Josh.
Yeah, just to confirm to everyone, that is definitely, we're looking in the Gen 3s again. No reason to dabble back into anything else at the moment. The Gen 3s have just been, they're phenomenal. They've knocked it out of the park with the Gen 3s. Much better wheel-to-wheel action, and yeah, we're definitely seeing it. A little bit of a fall-off with numbers, as we always do, but always good to see a pack single server at the end of a season all the same. But yeah, big changes for the first up. really? We're moving away from the trucks, Joe.
We are moving away from the trucks. We've done 2 seasons of trucks, and the numbers, they haven't waned too bad, but they're probably not as strong as they were when we were first introduced. Now, one thing iRacing has introduced for this latest build is the Arca Menards, the new updated car. Now, yes, it's new, and generally we don't go to brand new release cars within the club, but I think this car, by all reports, is a bit of a cracker on ovals and on roads, which now we did speak to our sponsor in Pete Matson with Orbic, and we're going to go with an 8 and 2 again. So there'll be 8 oval races and 2 road races, but the new current Arca Menards car, and that one's going to be a must-do series for myself. I'm definitely going to get in and run these ones. I don't know about you guys, but certainly looking forward to what the Arcas have got to show for themselves.
Yeah, that should be good. But all right, let's lead into Thursday. So first up, Joe, we are continuing on with the AOWN series. So we're going to run the qualifiers again for that in the Super Formula Lights.
We are. So more of the same, which is, yeah, it's worked out for us. We've had some fantastic racing with the Super Formula Lights. I never did any of the rounds, just my work schedule, and by the end of the week I'm getting a bit tired, but I do catch the broadcast, and some of the racing that's been on this season has been fantastic. So, yep, we're going to go around again there, get the guys ready for round, like the 4th iteration of the AOWN Interclub Challenge. I think we're 2 on the trot, and we've got our the Interclubs coming up again in the next couple of weeks, isn't it, Josh?
Surely is, surely. So on the 9th, I believe. Gosh, my brain's failing me at this hour, but on the 9th of next month, so about 2 weeks away on the Wednesday, we're going to hold the race, and we drew it out of a hat the other day, and it was Phillip Island, so that's going to be an absolute banger. We always love it when we get a Phillip Island race happening, so
yes.
Super Formula Lights, they're going to be a great platform around there, so they really are a great platform, and it's one of those cars that it just produces great battles.
And especially at a place like Phillip Island. Phillip Island, it's doesn't matter what you race around there, but the Super Formula Lights, it's a track that lends itself really well to downforce style cars. So definitely looking forward to that one coming back for next season. And that leads us more of the same on a Thursday night. Porsche Cup's back for another go around the sun. For season 25B with the club. So, yeah, I think the numbers have been pretty well filling out. So why would you change what's been a good thing?
Porsche Cup's been fantastic. So I believe Corey Lazarus took that one out. He has been, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that's been an absolute banging series. Great turnouts all the way through. I think there was 43 or 44 in last night's race, and yeah, it went as sideways as you can imagine with that many people in a hard to drive car. But no, Porsche Cup's here to stay. We did give it a little break, and everyone came back more keen than ever. So she's staying put, second up on a Thursday night.
Yeah, and you're right. Corey Lazarus took that championship out over Stuart Ellis and Hayden Smith. It looks like Hayden might have he had a rough one. Unfortunately, he was sitting second going into the final round. Stuart Ellis finished in second, whereas Hayden had a bad night. Smythe, I suppose. He had a bit of a bad round at Magello last night, so unfortunate, but he conceded second in the championship to Stuart Ellis. So Corey Lazarus will be back to try and double up his championships. Whether or not Denchi's going to get involved, we don't know. That'll be up to him. So, but that's your Thursday night locked in for season 25B. And that'll move us on to Friday nights. Nick, I'm pretty certain you're still there with us, mate. You want to tell us what we're doing next Friday? Yeah, Friday's next
Friday.
Season, rather. Not next week, but you know what I mean.
So we are locking in the Indy cars for their return for the 2025 season. And to the opposite of the Arca Menards of, 8 and 2, we're going to go 7 and 3 road courses to 3 ovals.
We are, so I know Aidan Luthwaite's either tuning in now or somebody's probably messaged him going, the IndyCars are back on. He's going to be like, damn, got to race them. So, because Aidan does love his IndyCars. But that's the main course. We're bringing back an intro for a Friday night.
Yeah, so we're going to experiment with an intro on the Friday nights with a Formula Ford. They're going to have a run there with the old Formula series that used to be one of the top-notch series here in Australia. Produced some really good drivers, and the Formula Ford Driver to Europe series too. So hopefully we can recreate that a little bit bigger than the Skippies or the Formula Vs. A little bit more horsepower with the Kent 1.8 Ford Pinto motor. But look, they buzz around like hornets, and almost every driver that has won Bathurst up until more recently has driven those things in anger at some point. So we're going to try that to start it off as well.
Can I make a comment there, Nick? The
You're not
Formula
allowed.
Fords. Okay, sorry. Okay. And the Formula Ford since the update, they've changed dramatically.
For the better?
They are in heaps better.
Yeah, I think I might have caught Dave Cam on YouTube a week or so ago. It was one of them. They were driving the Formula Ford and said that the rear doesn't drive around like it's got windscreen washer fluid spraying underneath the rear tyres now. It's actually got a bit more locked in on the rear tyres.
I personally didn't think of that analogy, but that's actually a pretty damn good one. It's
shocking.
I can't remember what Adam said because he didn't like them, but basically it's like, I'm not technically minded, to do with the rear suspension and all of that. It's basically skip barbers, but handling proper, and it's the big brother to it now, and it handles proper, and like it pulls apart to how it drove before. The Formula Ford is freaking. I loved it anyhow, but it is awesome now with the new update.
Well, thanks for saying that. That makes me sad now because I'm broadcasting the Friday nights again, so I'm not going to get to race them.
I encourage everybody to hop on and give the new Formula Fords a go. They're really, really good.
I'll definitely be setting aside my Friday night. We might have to get on to Zach or another commentator, hopefully, so Nick can get in the car as well, because I know Nick, you'll be very
the more the merrier.
Car to come back.
That's it. So, all right, so that's our season 25B in the hole. So Monday night GT4, GT3 brought to you by Waste Options. Tuesday night the HPD, ARX and the TCR. We still got to lock in which way around that's going to be. Wednesday night that's going to be your Orbit Truck Series and your Trophy AI Supercars. Thursday night will be your Spreyton Ciders and your Bowens Porsche Cup. They'll be back. And Friday night is going to be Spreyton Ciders for the IndyCar. I'm not sure whether we're locked in for the Formula Ford sponsor, but I would say that's probably going to go that way as well. So please, guys, flash graphics, Orbic Australia, Waste Options, Spreyton Ciders, Bowens, the Builders, Trophy.ai, all these guys, they support us. Please support our sponsors, JJZ Constructions. I think I've missed one. Who have I missed, guys?
Flash.
I think actually I may have got them all. So
Merch.
and the merch store, correct. There we go. So we can grab our merch store, which is actually right there. So GSRC, merch.tgsrci.com / or GSRC merch myshopify.com. You can get in there. You can actually do custom orders with your team logos. You can get hoodies, t-shirts, key rings, stubby holders, all that sort of stuff. Why would you get a stubby holder without a stubby opener, can opener? So you got to get both. So get in there, support the club, get your merch ahead of the upcoming winter. Great time to get a hoodie now, and there's a couple of new hoodies there with our current sponsors, I believe, have been added to the store. So thank you again to Flash Graphics. I believe John Simpson might have helped out in designing and putting that one up on the store. So anything else we need to cover off before we get going, Josh?
Yeah, definitely. So just to put some dates in people's minds. So the 14th is the start of 25B. We'll be kicking off on the Monday. We'll be getting more info to you as we get it. So when the series runners get their schedules all put together, Adam will release the schedule. But you can count on the first race taking place on the 14th. Is that right? I think it is. Yeah. Yep, so a 2 week break there. So anyway, but in the middle there, we will no doubt get a heap of fun races up. Probably get a couple of fun races up in those in the off weeks. Keep everyone from pulling out their hair and fiddling them with their thumbs. But the other port of call is on the 9th, so Wednesday. Don't forget about the Australian Open Wheel Nationals. So this is an absolutely banging into club challenge that we have. We thoroughly enjoy the rivalry, the competition, and yeah, SRW boys are great, and let's hope we can go 3-0. So we've taken out the first two and heading into the third one. We've definitely got some pace in the mix, but the boys will need to keep it clean, and yeah, Phillip Island's going to be a banging race.
Certainly is. And the other thing probably to mention is committee meeting, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Now, this is something that club members are welcome to come in and have a listen in on. I think we've got a couple of guys that are going to step in and have a listen to how we do things and get across it with a possible view to get involved in some stage in the future. So, yeah, anybody's welcome to come in and have a listen in. If you've got something that you want to bring to the table, by all means, you can table things. So don't think that the committee meetings or what we do or the committee themselves are a closed book, guys. This is your club. It's run by you. We just help steer the ship, but we're not the ones that are in control. So we do what the members want, what the members need, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the members. So with that, for me, I will say that's me done for season 2025A. We are going to have a night off tomorrow night, guys. So Saturday night, you can enjoy. We weren't planning on a mountain men race tomorrow night anyway, and yeah, unfortunately, the other things that we were organising on Saturdays just hasn't had the attendance. So I'm taking the executive decision to have a night off tomorrow night for everybody. So we'll have an early start to our off season. Mountain Men will be back next Saturday night. I actually have to go and have a look. No, I haven't picked it yet, so we'll get to that. But yeah, so there's going to be some changes around Mountain Men next season as well. We'll go into that on the Monday night when we come back for round 1 of season 25B. So for me, that's it. Any closing words, Josh?
No, thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks, guys. We will see you. That wraps up season.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Scotty. So that's 25A in the book. So thank you to all our broadcasters, all our race controllers, all the committee members, sponsors. We've mentioned just about everybody tonight because without you guys, we don't have a club. We don't get to do what we do. So, yeah, a couple of weeks off now for the committee and the drivers. There will no doubt be practices and some fun stuff put up over the next couple of weeks. So stay active on the Discord, guys. Friday night, congratulations to our winners, Aiden, Matt and Adam Lavis on the top 3 in tonight's championship. So with that, that's the end of season 2025A, and we'll move on to 25B in a couple of weeks. Thank you, guys, and good night.
Thank you.